What's up, everybody? Dead Girl here. Happy Monday. Monday's a weird day to have a show, but I hope you're all tuning in. With me today is a very special guest, Mr. Petey Mongelli. He is the promoter, one of the
So,
the guys behind Spooky Empire. How you doing today, sir?
all right, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's Monday, man. It's Monday.
Yeah. I feel like every day's Saturday, so it's just
that would be really nice if it were true. Now we've got some new people joining us who haven't tuned in before. So they're not familiar with my show. So just really quickly, we talk about all things horror, haunt related, Halloween, and of course horror convention. PD, I know there's some folks that are fairly new that are going to come into your show. So if you wouldn't mind, could you tell us a little bit about Spooky Empire? What type of event is it?
Spooky Empire is an event that we put on usually twice a year. This year it'll be 3 times. And it's a horror convention, rock and roll horror, tattoo kind of convention that it's more like a party than a con. I always say that. It's something that people like to go to and mingle and hang out. And I feel like it's very different than any other con out there because it's a party. So that's the basic idea of what Spooky Empire is.
It's a great. It's like a party with some amazing celebrity guests thrown in the
Celebrity
mix.
guest. Yeah.
Um, you guys have been going for what are we in 21 years now?
21 years now we've been doing Spooky Empire. It started out as a small little horror convention and grew into like this big massive event now. So and we're so excited to share it with South Carolina and we're very looking forward to going there and it's going to be pretty amazing.
Now, you guys have had two successful shows here in Florida, specifically in Orlando, and now with
Yeah.
your third show in South Carolina. I gotta ask, what out of all the cities and all the states in the U.S., what made you guys pick South Carolina?
I think South Carolina was the one place that didn't have another horror convention, and
Okay.
we were like very cautious of stepping on other people's toes. We have like a lot of friends out there that do horror conventions in a lot of the great states and everything like that, and we were very um, aware of like not going into someone else's territory. Um, and that was the main focus of when we were putting it on, and we also wanted to branch out to another state.
Something
So I think
new.
it seemed like the place to be, and it's a beautiful city. We visited the city. It's amazing. The airport's like right next to the convention center.
Uh,
The convention center is an amazing. The layout is phenomenal. I feel like in 3 years we're going to be just as big as the Orlando October show there. So I feel like
okay.
it's going to grow right into that. It's a perfect place to put on a show.
Nice. Now, what made you guys choose typically most of your shows are being held at a hotel. What made you guys choose the convention center this time around for your first show in South Carolina?
I think we wanted to go to a place where we can grow into, and the place was amazing to the layout of the hotel. I mean, the convention center is just amazing how it works and everything like that, and what it's connected to and everything. And I feel like when we're there, it's gonna be like this year's definitely going to be smaller than the next year, and it's just going to keep growing, and we needed a place to keep growing. That was the one thing that we always felt in Orlando. We put it in the Wyndham, and then we outgrew the Wyndham, and we were kind of stuck there. And then that was what we did, and then every time we went somewhere else it was like already like they were comparing it to that. This time we just want to go into a place where we can just grow in, something like the Hyatt Regency. Like we grew into the Hyatt Regency, and if you were at the show last year you'll understand that we grew into that and it was amazing, you know
It's
so
definitely a great venue here. The convention in South Carolina, just to kind of show folks who are just tuning in, that's happening Charleston, South Carolina, August 23rd through the 25th at the convention center. And I've seen pictures of it. I've kind of gone online and done my own little research through
yeah.
the internet, and it looks like a really nice spot to have a convention.
and also there's like plenty of hotels surrounding it, and the airport's 5 minutes away.
See, that's
It's like
nice.
literally 5 minutes away. So it's so easy to just jump on a plane and get there, you know? So there's no excuses like, oh, I don't live there. Well, it's an airplane, it's like right there. Very, you know?
It's easy
So
to get to, and it's not that bad of a drive from Orlando. I mean, you jump in the car, carpool with some friends if you want to come up, or if you're local to
yeah.
South Carolina, even better. You don't got far
Yeah,
to
it's
go.
only 5 hours away from Orlando. So
That's not bad.
no.
That's pretty good actually.
Yeah,
That's awesome, awesome. All right, now you guys have announced a slew of celebrity guests for this
yeah.
event, and I want to kind of just show some of the guests that are
Yeah, we're
here.
we're we're bringing it to South Carolina. We did not want to like disappoint. We didn't want to go there and just go, we're just gonna go in there and give you a half-ass show. No, we're bringing you an amazing horror convention.
I mean, but it's not just horror. You've got some rock and roll guests in here too. So it's not,
Absolutely.
it's not just
Yeah.
those guys. You've got Joey Belladonna who's going to be there, which is a big
Yeah, from
name.
Anthrax, which is like one of the top four metal bands of all time, so yeah, I'm excited about a lot of the guests. I mean, we got the It Kids, we got the Terrifier cast, we got the Dream Warriors, Doug Bradley, we got Malcolm McDowell. I mean, like the list goes on and on. David Norton from American Werewolf in London. Like
Yeah.
that's an amazing guest.
Alex Vincent.
Alex Vincent, yes. We couldn't do a Spooky Emperor with Alex Vincent.
It,
Alex Vincent's been to like most of our shows, and um, he's tradition, and he's also a friend. So like I don't consider like a lot of these guys my friends, but Alex Vincent I consider one of my friends. So
I mean, you had him DJ last year or actually, no, this year at the Wyndham, the final
yes,
Wyndham show.
yeah, we did the last Wyndham show this year, and Alex was like, you know what, can I just come and DJ? I go, absolutely. And he was our special guest DJ. He DJ'd for an hour, and it was phenomenal. It was great.
Often does that happen where you have a guest that becomes not only a friend of the show, but he's kind of become family in a way, right? But
Oh,
just be like,
absolutely.
hey, you know what, I don't need to come as a guest, just let me come hang out, let me do a set or whatever. So I mean, that's got to be pretty
But
awesome.
that happens a lot at Spooky Empire. Like, you'd be surprised who you run into at Spooky Empire. You'd be walking around. I remember like Tom Servini came to our show and he wasn't a
Hmm.
guest. He was just
Yep.
walking around and mingling. Greg Nicotero.
Yep.
I mean, multiple like celebrities always come to the show, like like from Joey Vitone to John Bon Jovi. I mean, we've had so many people just wandering and walking around our show that we're not guests. You know,
And that's huge, and that's pretty unique because
yeah,
I don't really hear that often about any event really that happens that, like, celebrity guests will just kind of show up just to be there and to be not so much as involved, they just kind of be in the moment to experience what the event is. And I think that that's something for folks that haven't attended Spooky Empire don't really realize. It's not just a con where you go and you get a signature and you go home.
yeah.
It's a whole event, and you guys have
Yeah,
got
it's
some cool
it's it's
stuff.
something you don't go just for one day and get an autograph. It's an event that you want to go to and party with and mingle.
Yeah.
One of the most important things about Spooky Empire is that you get to become friends with attendees and some of the celebrities and the vendors, and we all become one big happy family. And you're not just going there like, hey, I just went to meet Malcolm McDowell, got his autograph and left. Well, that's not what Spook Camper is about. It's about making friends and talking to people, and everybody's so friendly, and we become lifelong friends.
How long have we known each other
Probably at least 18 years,
now?
right?
It's a long time, man. And I
At
mean,
least
it's
18 years.
it's thanks to Spooky. And the
Yeah,
messed up part is, like, I used to live, by you guys.
yeah,
And it is such a small world, or Florida really is at some point, because it's such a cool thing. And there's plenty of other folks, that I know I've met through Spooky, and that you have met and you see on the
yeah.
regular, outside of the event too. So it really does become family.
Yeah.
And if you're worried about going to the show alone, man, just don't stress it.
It it's very funny. Like anytime I leave the house, somebody will come up to me and was a fan of Spooky Empire. I was riding my bike on Hollywood Beach, and someone comes running up to me. Are you Petey from Spooky Empire? You know, and they'll just come over and say hi, and I'll hang out and have a drink with them or whatever, or we just chat and talk, and sometimes people like to talk to you like outside of the convention because like it's crazy during the weekend of the show, and I'm all over the place, so like it's
You're on a
to talk to me
mission.
that weekend, yeah. So but yeah, so it's always, but you become friends with everybody, and it's just an amazing, cool thing that's happened over the 21 years.
It really is. And it's funny, like we go to Disney a lot because we live here,
Yeah,
and we get stopped by people at Disney and they'll be like, "Hey,"
yeah,
because usually, my husband JD always wears like Spooky Empire merch, and I
yeah.
usually do too. And they'll be like, "Oh, that's so cool. Let me get a picture. I gotta send it to my friend Gina." And we're like, Gina. He's like, yeah, she's Spooky Empire. And we're like, yeah, we know Gina. So it's such a small world, and it's funny when stuff like that happens because everybody has like that couple degree of separation. But I know there's a lot of folks who are anxious about going to conventions, whether it's South Carolina or wherever, because they
Yeah.
don't want to go alone. But that's the thing, is like horror fans are genuinely like the nicest people, and we'll talk to anybody.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to South Carolina meeting a whole new group of people.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great, seeing
absolutely.
everybody and getting new fresh faces, man.
You'll
It's
get
gonna be
some
awesome.
new faces. The new faces can meet the old faces. Everybody just kind of merge together. I
Yeah.
think that's also something that's very unique to Spooky. Spooky has such an amazing following, not
Yeah.
only because, of the guests, but you guys have these fantastic like after parties. You have all these events that happen afterwards. I know for South Carolina, you've got Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, so we're doing a Rocky Horror Picture Show on Friday. And then we're doing something different that I think we might have done it in Tampa, but we kind of never do this. Is our VIP party? We're having that on Saturday night, but at 10 o'clock after the VIP party's going and everything like that, we're gonna open it up to the public.
Oh, wow.
So everybody can come after 10 o'clock. You can come to the VIP party, and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna keep playing the music. We're still gonna keep having the drinks flowing, and hopefully we have an amazing time there.
Now, for folks that
So
aren't familiar with your VIP party, what is that? What is the party itself and entail, and what is the VIP pass itself? What are the benefits of that, having that pass?
so we'll talk about, while we're talking about the VIP party. I mean, the VIP party is where you can just go and chill and hang out and have some drinks. We offer we buy you two free drink. Well, we buy you drinks, two drinks, so you can mingle with everybody. But also the celebrities come by and you can mingle with them in a different atmosphere. It's not like at their table or anything like that. And you can bring your camera and you can take pictures with the celebrities and stuff like that. Don't ask for autographs, but like
Right.
you can like mingle with them, and it's so much a different vibe than meeting them at their table, right?
Oh yeah.
Um, we play great music, and also we give away giveaways that are worth way more than the price of your ticket. We give away like autographs and free VIP tickets for the next show, and posters, and just all kinds of random stuff we give away at
Like
the
some of your
VIP party.
vendors give up some really cool swag
Yeah,
too as
some of the
giveaways.
vendors give up some things. One of the coolest things we ever gave away at the VIP party was we did a Texas Chainsaw Massacre reunion, and we had the whole cast there. And I used to work on a TV show called Burn Notice, and in in one of the scenes there was a chainsaw, and it was like a yellow chainsaw. It looked just like the one from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I borrowed it, and we got an autograph by the whole cast of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I gave it away at the VIP party. You know,
Wow.
and it was I cried. I wanted it so bad. But I mean, that's what the show's all about, is we give away so many great things. Like we've given away guitars autographed by the whole thing, posters autographed by everybody at the show.
Oh.
Um, 16 by 20, like beautiful pictures autographed by the celebrities. Yeah, I mean, we've done all that kind of stuff. But we also, it's just a cool atmosphere, and it's a party.
Yeah.
This year we're doing a theme for the VIP party for South Carolina. We're
Oh.
calling it the greatest show in hell, and it's gonna be like you're going to hell, and it's gonna be just all themed out, like
So like devil themed
devil
reds and
themed,
stuff.
like red. Like we hope you get into the theme and wear red and stuff like that. So
So are you,
red
I'm
and white.
assuming you're encouraging cosplays and costumes and stuff like that at the
Yeah, come
VIP party
come,
as well?
come dressed up. It is a VIP party. It's not, you know, come dress up, and you can get some cool pictures with, your favorite celebrities at the VIP party.
Having attended a VIP party quite a few times. In fact, we bought VIP tickets for the October show when you guys had an amazing sale,
Yeah.
because it's so much more than just the VIP party, right? You get early access to some of the
Oh,
vendor rooms. You
yeah,
also get priority and special seating for like the Q&As. There's a whole separate line, specifically for VIP for autographs. So it's
yeah.
so much more, and of course, admission to the show for the weekend. And it's such an amazing deal,
And you get
especially.
a gift bag with like a T-shirt and a cool goodie bag, and there's all kinds of stuff in it, and like you said, like access to the vendor room before everybody else. And dude, there's some amazing vendors that we have that have unique items, and you want to get to it before everybody else. Also, Spooky Empire always has, like, we sell out our t-shirts like this. So like you want to get there, like, before everybody else. So you have access to it. Also, if you're VIP, you get, I'm not sure how much you get off, but you get a discount on your merch.
I think it's like 10% or something
Is it
like that. I
10%
think
or,
so.
oh, what is it? 20%. No, so
Oh,
20%.
okay.
So you get 20% off your merchandise if you have VIP with the
Nice.
Spooky Emperor merchandise. So that helps out big time.
Yeah.
And also, it's easier to walk around with VIP because you have access. You don't have to wait in lines. Like sometimes a line could be like 2 hours long. Like, you know,
Yeah, and it's I
certain
mean,
guests.
you don't want to pull like the Wayne's World, right? Where you're just like, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me.
But that's what. But to be honest with you, when we were coming up with the VIP pass, that's what we thought of.
As,
Sort of, And also, I mean, the passes are really nice too, and you get to wear, a lanyard around your neck. You look like you're big time at the show.
yeah. And you get a specialty shirt too, the VIP shirt. I forgot about that. You
Yeah,
get an
you get a
awesome
VIP
VIP shirt.
T-shirt. Yeah, so
There's a lot of really cool stuff. And I mean, you mentioned a couple of things that I want to kind of circle back to real quick. You mentioned the amazing merchandise that you guys have. Like this hat
yeah,
right here that I'm sporting is
excellent.
a hat that sold out
Yeah,
almost immediately. And you
yeah.
guys
I think
haven't done another one yet, have you?
no, no. I mean, hopefully we'll have one for October. Hopefully we'll have one or two different ones.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's just we have so much merch that like it's so hard to keep up. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
just
do. Half of my
like
wardrobe is Spooky Empire t-shirts.
I mean, from the t-shirt designs to the silkscreen art print posters to the pins to like from tiki mugs to glasses. Here's one of our glasses right here that I'm drinking out of right now.
Oh, that's pretty.
And yeah, and you could have your cocktail. It's nice and cold. You have your cocktail in it. You know.
Now, speaking of which, your glasses, you guys have started like this collectible plastic cup, which
Oh yeah,
I have one of right here that I'm
there you
drinking
go.
out of. Are you guys going to be doing a cup like this for the South Carolina show as well?
I think I'm not sure. I think we are. I'm pretty sure we are. But yeah, we come up with cups. We there's so much Spooky Empire collectible stuff, and you can just go on eBay and type in Spooky Empire, and you'll see like so much stuff on eBay, and how much it goes up in value and stuff. So like some of those tiki mugs, I just saw a tiki mug go on eBay for I think almost $1,000 for one of the tiki mugs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And then,
that's pretty awesome.
of course, the Elvira Funko Pop that we did an exclusive with a couple of times,
I'm
and
gonna say you did two of
um
those.
yeah, and even the badges, the VIB badges, people sell those online. They become very collectible, the badges, So I
They're a
guarantee you,
coveted thing.
yeah, I guarantee you the South Carolina badge will be very collectible because all the people from Orlando that can't go to South Carolina are going to want that badge,
They are, you know what? I'm just saying, if somebody were to throw some online, I'm sure there'd be people clamoring to buy it pretty quickly.
Yeah. So,
Now, you mentioned tiki mugs. You guys have of course come out with some of your own, but you've also got
yeah.
some really cool vendors that have their
Yeah.
tiki mugs. And I wanted to kind of highlight one of them. Our friends at Freak Show Unlimited
Yeah.
did this really cool George
That's
Romero,
awesome.
and its first availability is going to be at Spooky Empire in South Carolina. So you guys attending that show will have first crack at this mug. And the quality of the work is amazing, and it's such a gorgeous piece. And I'm gonna be mad if I don't get one. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, they came out with some amazing. They did a Terrifier mug,
Yep,
which was really nice
I
and stuff
have
like that.
that one.
But I think there's a couple of other vendors that are going to be there, tiki vendors that are going to
Oh,
be there selling tiki mugs too. So yeah, the tiki vibe is very popular at the Spooky Empire shows. um, we've had some tiki shirts, t-shirts,
yep.
themed and stuff like that, and
You've
yeah,
had some cool
we
mugs
always
of
had
your
that.
own too.
Yeah, we always had that vibe. I know October we had a big tiki bar, set up. I don't know if you remember it. It had a special drink that had a special cup.
Mm-hmm. That bar was
Yeah,
huge and it was so pretty. Oh my gosh.
yeah. Had the big blow up creature from the Black Lagoon there, so
Everybody
fun.
knows that creature.
Yeah. It's
That creature's
it's
awesome.
becoming world famous.
That creature blow up is infamous at this point. I'm surprised it has not started its own Facebook page yet. I think
I
it
know.
should
It,
happen.
it's getting there. It's you know, I didn't know that it was related to the Kardashians, but if you know, you know.
Yes,
And
if
and
you
in
know,
South
you
Carolina,
know.
you'll get to see it in person. So
Take pictures with it. I'm just saying. I
yeah.
mean, everybody else does. Get on that bandwagon.
Uh,
So that's pretty awesome. Now, as far as do you have any we just mentioned Rocky Horror Picture Show and having their live cast at the show
yeah.
doing like one of the events too. Aside from the VIP party, are you guys going to have any additional after hours events?
No, that's what we're doing there. We're just learning how it works there. Um we I know at the hotel there's a big lobby, which that'll probably be a big, gathering. We're probably gonna do a meet up on Thursday at
Okay.
the hotel for everybody to come and just start meeting people on
Okay.
Thursday in the thing. But that's why we're opening up the VIP party at 10 o'clock to the for everybody else. So there is a place to party. We're still learning everything there.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of testing out the water, checking out how it's going to work, what's going to happen. You got to remember the first time we went to the Wyndham, there was no after party. There was only the Rocky Horror Picture Show,
Yep.
and it was the fire marshal had to shut it down because there was too many people there, and everybody went to the pool, and that's what happened. And then the pool party became, and that's history. There's spooky history right there.
You guys are very
All
well
started there.
known for that's one of the other things too. Is Spooky is very well known for like their after parties, and
Yeah,
to your point, it kind of started organically because, as you said, the fire marshal kicked everybody out, and everybody just kind of congregated at the pool. And I notice even at hotels that don't have a pool setting, people tend to find an area at the host hotel, and it's usually like the lobby or the hotel bar where
Yeah.
everybody just kind of get together and congregate and make friends. And that's, I think, what Thursday night is so huge. So it's before the convention kicks off. You know, you can catch up with your friends, you can meet new people, and a lot of the times a lot of the celebs are out having a drink at the
They're
bar, just
just, yeah, they're
chilling.
getting into the hotel and they want to talk to everybody, you know?
Yeah. So I mean it's definitely a great way to
Yeah.
kind of get in there, maybe pre-party a little bit, right? Cuz I mean,
Yeah.
you got to pace
There were
yourself.
some legendary parties. I remember like times where like some of the celebrities got so drunk on Thursday that they were like fall, you know, like what was it, the Walking Dead guys or the it wasn't Walking Dead. They were
Oh,
Boondock Saints, the three guys from Boondock Saints.
Norman
They were like
Reedus, Sean
Norman
Patrick
Reedus.
Flannery,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Della Rocco.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they were just partying up like it was like New Year's Eve or something. And then, you know, literally we had to pick them up off they were like, this is Thursday. Show didn't even start yet. And the parties were like insane.
They were having a good old time. I remember there were a couple of people who partied a little too hard on a Thursday night and had some, I'm not going to name names, but had some obligations on a Friday, and yeah, they kind of went a little overboard with it. So you got to
Yeah.
pace yourself a
Yeah.
little bit, I think, you
Yeah.
know?
You know what also I'm excited about for you know, South Carolina is that the first time we had the It Kids, the kids from It,
Yes.
they were like young kids, and it was like the Beatles when they came in the room. It was like the Beatles. Like girls were screaming for them. They're all 21 years old now.
I
So
forget that time doesn't stand still. Like I look
yeah,
at a film and I'm like, "Oh, they're cute kids." And then when you announce them, I still think because of the film, I'm like, "Oh, they're still kids, but they're grown ass adults now."
they're grown adults now. So like that's gonna the last time I saw them were they were kids. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they're like now. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah, you've got such an amazing lineup for this
Yeah,
show. I mean, you've got Malcolm McDowell, who's
yeah,
one of my favorites, and I know people always ask. He's like one of the return guests that people ask for the Terrifier cast. Everybody always asks them to come back to, and
yeah,
it's so funny because it's a constant thing, and it's like, all right, I'll bring him. And you do like such great fan service by bringing in
yeah,
the guests that people ask for, and it's funny because I noticed that that's something that you guys tend to do specifically.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I mean, also like, I love like some of them are doing like that cool photo ops, like you know, the Terrified people dress up in the costume. You
Yes.
got CJ Graham, which is awesome. He's probably in one of the best Friday the 13th movies, and he's dressing up
Absolutely.
as Jason. I believe the Ghostface guy, he's gonna be dressing up as Ghostface.
Nice.
And then you know, like the photo ops are just like amazing. Like getting like a picture with all the It Kids is gonna be like really cool, you know?
And now photo ops are on sale, aren't they? Pre-sale
Yeah,
right now?
yeah, yeah. And also you got you got the Dream Warriors. You know, and Heather Langenkamp. The first time I met Heather Langenkamp, I was kind of starstruck
Yeah.
because I was like, oh my God, that's like Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, because she still looks the same, you know?
She does.
And you're like, oh, like you're like, wow, that's like Nightmare on Elm Street royalty right there.
Oh
That's
yeah.
horror royalty, you know?
She is, I've met her a couple of times, and she's such a sweetheart, and a lot of people
Yeah.
don't realize like she works in special effects makeup. So she's
Oh
not
yeah.
just an
Her and her
actress.
husband.
Like her and her
Yeah.
husband have like a whole effects company too. So I mean, if you're going, stop, meet Nancy and talk to her about it. She'll talk your ear off, and she's like such a sweet girl,
Yeah.
you
No,
know.
absolutely. Yeah, she's amazing. And she parties. She's one
She
of the
does.
first people at the VIP and the last one to leave, you know?
She comes and hangs out. And that's the other thing too, is like, if you're hitting up the VIP party and you see the guests are there, like let them come in, give them a few minutes to breathe before you rush them. Cause
Absolutely. Hang out and talk to them. That's their
yeah,
time to talk to you. Like you could just hang and get some really great stories. I mean, you know, like I remember just talking to Joey Belladonna a couple of times and he's telling anthrax stories and it's just amazing, like being on the road and stuff. And these guys will talk your ear off, you know?
yeah.
You know what other guest is really cool that it's like a first time that they've ever been together is the Teen Witch. I don't know if you're familiar with the Teen Witch movie, but we bringing in the Teen Witch people. I think that's a cool, it's a
That's
cool
pretty
unique.
awesome.
Yeah, it's unique. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Adam Green's gonna be there. That's pretty awesome.
That's right. You guys did announce. You announced him recently too, right?
Yeah.
And then you've also announced that Bill Moseley is going to be there. Bill is
Oh yeah,
always
Bill Moseley. Yeah,
amazing.
how could you forget Bill Bill Moseley is another guy that's been to Spooky Emperor, a ton of times. And
He's
yeah,
family. Bill's
he's family.
family at this point.
Yeah.
He's been to the show. I don't know who's been to the show more, Bill or Alex. Like they're pretty close.
Yeah. I
You
think Alex has the record right now. It used to be Bill Heinzman, and then it was Rico
Oh,
Browning. Both of them are no longer with us.
I
So
know.
I think Alex takes the.
Alex is next, and
Yeah.
then probably Bill. But you've also got the Cenobites for
Yeah.
this show, which is hugely amazing.
No,
Doug
no, center
is
bites. No, the center
awesome.
bites are for
October. I'm so sorry,
October.
October.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. No,
apologize.
we only
Got
Doug
ahead of
Bradley's the
myself.
yeah, Doug Bradley's the only one for South Carolina.
That's right. That's right. I'm so sorry. I misspoke.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah.
snafu on my end.
That's why I mean everyone's like going, "Hey, how come you're not announcing anybody for October?" Because I'm trying not to confuse everybody. You
Like
know,
me, like my simple-minded self that just got confused. But
I'm trying not to confuse it. But no need to fear. October is going to be amazing. The people we have lined up for October is going. You're just going to get blown away, man. Because you know how I always have to top the year before. And last year was pretty epic.
I don't know how, listen, realistically, I don't know how you could possibly top last year because it was
Yeah,
such an amazing event. And I mean, I'm sure South Carolina is just going to be as awesome. And October is just going to be is fantastic as well.
yeah.
Are you guys done announcing guests for South Carolina?
I think we have one more guest to announce
Okay.
for South
Awesome.
Carolina. We'll probably do it this week.
Okay, okay.
And then we'll start, little by little, we're going to be doing October, but as soon as South Carolina's over, we'll be nonstop. Because, we'll probably have about 70 guests for October. So
Do you guys take a break
not this
ever?
year. We haven't taken a break this year.
Okay.
We're pretty tired and
I
beat up. But
I think you need a
you
break.
know,
I think a little
you know.
vacation.
The problem is if we take a break, there's someone right there trying to slide in, trying to,
Uh,
steal our glory.
you guys
So
got you've got such a fantastically known name and fan base that no one could steal that glory.
yeah,
Don't forget that. Remember that. You guys
yeah.
have always been awesome. So tickets are still available for South Carolina.
Yes.
You can get those at spookyempire.com. Are you guys also going to be selling tickets at the door?
Yes, we'll have tickets at the door, but I think it's no cash
Okay.
at the door. I think it's only credit cards.
Card only. Do you guys do
Yeah.
Apple Pay or Google Wallet or whatever the kids are using
Yes.
nowadays?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome, awesome. So that's good. And then are you also still looking for volunteers for that show?
We are definitely looking for volunteers. Please contact us if you are ready and wanting to work or want to join a team, join our crew, so we would love to have you. We need some really talented people, especially in South Carolina, but we're revamping our whole volunteers for October too. So come on in. We're trying to redo our whole layout of how we run our volunteers and stuff like that. So
And
we're looking forward to it.
being
Getting
a
some new
volunteer
blood in
is
there.
like great. Like you get some really amazing perks with volunteering for the show. So you get
Absolutely.
you get downtime, of course. You get time to actually enjoy the convention and not just feel like you're just there to work.
Yeah. No, and also you're part of the family. Like when you volunteer, you're part of us, and you're a part of putting the whole show together. And like that Sunday, man, it's pretty, you're like, man, this is amazing. And also, we give away some stuff too. And
Mhm.
there's perks with, meeting some of the celebrities and stuff like that. The celebrities treat you a little bit better. Yeah. You know, they'll give you a free autograph here and there, you know, if you help them out, you know.
Yeah, some of them are really
I'll
amazing.
take pictures with you and stuff. Because when you do go to the show, it does get very expensive. Like, you know, buying autographs and buying photo ops and everything like that. So like sometimes you want to volunteer, so you know, you get in for the show for free, and you and you're part of the team, you know.
You get a
So
cool shirt to wear that says Spooky
very cool
Crew.
shirt, yeah.
You know, I mean, we've worked at the show for years. We've done a variety of things, and it's something
Yeah.
that we're very proud to be a part of Spooky and to
Yeah.
watch it grow into what it's. I mean, hell, I
I
used.
mean, you and your husband have a big part of like what's going on at the show. I mean, you guys do that special effects classes and you organize that whole special effects makeup stuff and is a big part of the show, which other shows don't have, you know? We have like certain things that are at, you know, our October show that, you know, our film festival. There's
Oh,
someone
it's
that runs our whole
amazing.
film festival, you know? Someone that runs our tattoo area. We have, you know, we have like 200 tattoo artists at Spooky Empire, and like, there's a guy that runs that whole thing. And then you guys do your special effects makeup classes, and then there's people doing all different things to make that whole big circus come together. You know, so
It is kind of like a in the best way. It is kind of
yeah,
like a circus, but it's literally it's the greatest show on earth, man. It really is.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
so funny because people hear, they'll hear like you talk about it, they'll hear, me talk about it, friends talk about it, and you
yeah,
don't fully understand it until you're there.
yeah,
And then once you go for the first time, it's it's addicting, and you can't wait to go back, and you can't wait to see the friends that you've made. You can't wait to, if a celebrity's coming back that you had a good experience, you can't wait to see them again.
yeah,
So it's so much more than just a convention, and I
yeah,
can't stress that to people enough. Like, I really can't. It's such, there aren't the right words that
yeah.
I have for it.
People always, so they're like, oh, what is it like? They're like, well, can you imagine 1988 going backstage to a Motley Crue concert? Well, that's kind of what Spooky Empire is.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
here's the thing though, right? Is like, I feel like my generation and your generation knows that, but like the younger generation, they're like, who the hell's Motley Crue? First of all, you
Yeah,
need to
exactly. So
listen to Motley Crue and watch some old YouTube videos, number one. But number
yeah,
two, think about the artists that you listen to today, and it would be like going backstage to their concert. You
yeah,
know, that's
yeah.
a great
I
way
don't
to
think
put
it's the
it.
same thing though. I don't think they're like as wild and crazy. I mean, it's always like I always say it's like Spring Break 1988 or something like that. It's like
Yeah.
what TV used to show, and that's how like some of the after parties are at Spooky Empire. It's just there's like
I've seen some things.
crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know?
There's some people say what happens at Spooky stays at Spooky. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna throw that in there
Un-
for.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. Usually, it's all over the place.
Well, now, I mean, nowadays, yeah, because everybody's got social media, but like,
Yeah.
there's so many people in chat just chiming in and showing some love. And
You gotta remember when Spooky Ember started, like the social media wasn't the same. Like we
mm-mm,
had it started with MySpace, and I don't even think the first year we had MySpace.
no,
I
I
think
found
when we
out.
started is this internet just started when Spooky Empire was like, you know,
Do you remember
this-
what was it, Zeta 94.9? Like,
yeah,
okay, so way back, the way that I heard about Spooky Empire was there was an ad on the radio talking about how Gunnar Hansen was coming, and he
yeah,
was going to be in West Palm, and I was so excited because I'd never heard of anything like that in my life. And when I went to that show, I was immediately hooked. And I went, like, it was like me and my little sister at the time, and she's like 5 years younger than me, and I was
yeah,
immediately hooked because it was
yeah.
just such a cool experience, and you
And it
just,
was so fresh. Like nobody
yeah,
was doing. Like there was a couple of horror conventions, you know, there was like Chiller Theater and there was this show called Horrified, which I loved. And then there was Fangoria,
yep,
and then there was like some other one in Chicago. Like there was a horror convention in Chicago that was just starting growing and stuff, but there was nothing to like go off of. So
yeah.
like we had to teach everybody what it was all about, you know? And it was a whole different experience than what, you know, people are doing now. You know, now they're just going online and they're like, oh, is this what that convention's doing? Well, we have to do the same thing.
Right.
You know, it's like, you know,
It's almost like, you can copy paste certain things or certain aspects of it, but nothing is really going to beat the OG.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, it's you
So,
guys have, even back in the day, you've done things that I've not seen done. And even now, you're doing things, that people, to your point, don't do at other conventions or events. And
well,
it's so
I always say
refreshing.
Spooky Emperor is my personality, and they don't have my personality, so they can't, they can't copy my personality. So,
You definitely
yeah,
have a very unique personality. And it's so
yeah,
funny because my husband always jokes because JD's like, you and Petey are like the same person.
yeah,
I was like, well, if that's the case, then like you and Gina are like the same person. So it's just it's funny how you kind of, and Pete and I, for those of you that don't know, are both from New York. We both have big
yeah,
mouths, and
yeah,
sometimes our other halves have to rein us in a little bit, and
yeah,
that's okay.
yeah, yeah. Cool.
But I mean, if I appreciate everybody that's tuning in. There's a whole slew of chatter going on, which
All right, awesome.
I'm here for, and I appreciate it. So thank you guys. Um, for watching. Of course, everybody's throwing out their guest wants, which I mean, realistically, I would love to meet everybody that ever acted in anything. So I mean, whoever
Yeah,
you guys get for any show is gonna, of course, make me
yeah.
happy. And don't forget, tickets for South Carolina are on sale right now.
Yeah,
Tickets
I
for
mean,
October
dude,
too.
we're so excited about South Carolina because I mean, I'm trying to bring it for you guys, man. So like anybody out there from South Carolina are watching right now, we're trying to bring it for you. So like we need your help to get the word out so we can just keep growing there. Like I said, my prediction in 3 years could be just as good as the Orlando October show, and that's pretty, amazing, you know.
I could see it happening though. I could
Yeah,
absolutely, especially with being at the convention center. Convention center shows have a little bit of a different feel, but it's great because it
yeah,
gives you, to your point, that room. It gives you the space to grow so that you're not outgrowing it and having to shift, your show or to alter it or to not.
yeah,
I don't like to kind of make it smaller than what it could be. So I mean, it's great
yeah,
that you guys have that space. And for anybody that's going to South Carolina, yeah, share, buy tickets, post it, talk about it. Word of mouth is still a huge thing. I think that
yeah,
people tend to forget. And with social media nowadays, like if you're interested, to share it, tell your friends, your family, like bring everybody. It's a
yeah.
family show too. Just because it's like it's got a lot of horror guests or known to be like a horror show, like Spooky is very family friendly.
Absolutely. You don't have to like horror movies to enjoy yourself in Spooky Empire. It's definitely like something that like if you like people, it's all about people, man. It's the personalities and everybody's there's always like I always say there's like convention celebrities and they're actually made at Spooky Empire. I feel like so a lot of the you know s- the convention celebrities are made from Spooky Empire, so it's very interesting. You
And
know,
I mean, I've watched, like, it's so, I'm old at this point. I've literally watched kids grow up I've watched your daughter grow up at Spooky, and
yeah.
every time I see her, I'm just like, great, now I feel like a grandma. But
And now she was working my merch booth last October.
she was. And I mean,
Yeah,
we've had friends that have been coming to the show for so long. It's the same thing. I've watched their little ones grow, and it's such a cool thing to be able to make bonds and connections and friendships with the variety of people that come to Spooky. It's so
yeah.
awesome. I can't stress that enough. Now I know we're getting close to our time. We usually try to stick around the hour mark for those of you that are new tuning in. And we have some giveaways. I think you guys have some
I,
giveaways we wanted to
I,
do.
I do have some giveaways. I brought out one of my favorite guests at Spooky Empire was Shannon Doherty, and she just passed away just recently. And dude, I had such an amazing time when she was at our show. She partied with us, and
Oh yeah.
she was just like a very, very cool guest. And I just remember she laughing at my jokes, like she would be drinking with me at the pool and we'd be doing it and I'd be like dan and she would just laugh even though she probably heard that so many times you know um but I want to give away an 8 by 10 autograph picture of Shannon. Do you see it right here? Yeah.
Yep. We
There it
got
is.
it.
So it's Shannon, and it's an 8x10 autograph picture. So I want to give away one of those. Maybe we could do like a trivia question, and then and you could answer it in the
In the chat.
in the
Okay.
chat or whatever. So
So
I don't
let's
know.
do this. We do have like a small delay, just from
Okay.
the time that like we're chatting to the time it actually hits the live. So Pete's got a question that he's gonna
Yeah.
ask. The first person to list the correct answer that I see pop up in my chat is gonna be who wins that
Okay.
autograph from Shannon Doherty. Are you guys ready?
All right. So the question is, how many shows did Alex Vincent not come to Spooky Empire?
That's a good one.
It's easier to say how many he hasn't been than has been.
Okay. All
Because
right.
he's been to so many of our shows, but there's how many has he not been to?
Okay. Now this is for everybody. This anybody that's watching, anybody that's in the
And this is
chat.
for the Shannon Doherty autograph.
How many shows has Alex Vincent not been at Spooky Empire? Jennifer Hughes got it. I
Jennifer,
think,
you
right? Wait, what's the answer to that? Because I got a whole bunch of stuff. 11, 2, 3, 2, 5, 4, 4, 1. How many times has Alex Vincent not been to Spooky?
and it's been 3 times. He was not at the first show,
3.
and then there was two other shows that he could not attend. So it was only
Okay.
3 shows that he has not attended.
Okay, so Jennifer Hughes got it. She got it
Okay,
with
so
3.
just yeah, if you could just get her address and I'll send her
All right,
the 8 by
Jennifer,
10.
shoot me a message. Shoot Horror Happenings with the Dead Girl a message on Facebook or Instagram. Get me your info, and I will get that over to Spooky Empire. Congratulations! That was a pretty good. We had some great answers. We had a lot of people say 2. Quite a few people said 3. We had one person pipe in with 11. I'd been shocked if it was 11 because that's
Yeah.
Alex is fam at this point.
Yeah. I mean, he's even been to like the Christmas shows and
Oh my god, he was at the Christmas show.
yeah.
The sad part about this is I have a hard time remembering there being a show without Alex Vincent.
Yeah.
So that was tough. So Jennifer, good job. Runner up on that was Michael. You were right there, but Jennifer got her answer in there first. So congratulations. So that's not the only prize we got though.
Okay, so the
We
next
got
prize
another
is we're
one.
going to give weekend passes to South Carolina.
All right.
All right, let's think of a good question for that. The question for that is all right. How about this one?
Okay.
What was Malcolm McDowell's favorite drink to drink in Clockwork Orange?
Okay. Now this is the same thing. First person that I see on the screen. What was Malcolm McDowell's favorite thing to drink? His character in A
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange. And if you have not seen A Clockwork Orange yet, I'm going to highly suggest that you take a moment and you go watch it once we get done
The
with the song.
classic.
Because
Yeah.
it came out in like, what, 77, I think?
Was it that long ago? Wow.
I think so.
You know who else was in that movie? The guy who played Darth Vader.
Really?
David Prowse. He was in that movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So first up to answer it correctly on this one, what was the answer on that, Pete? I know the answer and you know it.
It was milk.
Milk.
It was
All right.
You have Phil Born Art.
So I have Phil Born Art. You were the first one to chime in with the answer of milk. You are correct. So same thing. Shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook or Happenings with Dead Girl. Get me your information. And I'll put you guys in contact with Spooky. Congratulations to our 2 winners, Jennifer Hughes and Phil Born Art. Man, Phil, you got 2 tickets to Spooky Empire in South Carolina. That's pretty awesome. Make sure you spread the word. Share that out. Oh, wait, hold on. Phil just said he can't make the South Carolina show.
oh.
So who else do we got? Let's go to number 2. Our second runner up on that
Nick or treat.
was Nick or Treat. So I'll give that to our second runner up then. Since Phil, I appreciate you. Thank you for the heads up on that. That's pretty awesome of you. All right, so same thing, Nick or Treat. Shoot me a message. We'll get you guys in contact.
Yeah.
And make those tickets happen and have the best time. South Carolina is going to be amazing. The guest list is amazing. The location's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's next to the airport, so you could get a cheap Uber or a
Hey,
Lyft,
and
which
if
is nice.
and if anybody's out there, we're gonna be making flyers this week. If anybody's out there that wants to spread the word in South Carolina and wants to pass out flyers or anything, please contact us at info@spookyempire.com and we will send you out some flyers.
Nice.
We really want and just get on every message board, chat, everything you can, and just start telling everybody to start coming to South Carolina, Spooky Empire, because it's going to be one hell of a show. And I'm not just saying that because that's our theme of our VIP party.
It was a nice little nod to it though.
Yeah.
For sure. But thank you so much for coming on. And just to remind everybody, it's www.spookyempire.com for tickets, for information. Believe hotel rooms are still available for South Carolina.
Yeah,
Correct?
and we also have some vendor, like if you're a vendor and you want to get out there, we still have some vendor space.
Okay,
And there's
that's
still
huge.
tickets and there's still VIP tickets. So, it's a new show. So, there is opportunity to get in there. I know October, we sell out of everything so quick, but, South Carolina, there's a lot of opportunity to still come in and have, get involved and stuff. So, if you're out there, and if volunteers, please come out and check out our volunteers and spread the word. We're trying to get the word out.
I'll make sure too. I'll link I'm gonna go back on this because the live will be up. So I'll go back and I'll add the link for volunteers. So if you guys want to volunteer, there's also a link on the Spooky Empire website that you can click on, so you can join the spooky crew too if you want to volunteer.
Yeah.
So I think that would be pretty awesome. Check it out because it's gonna be an awesome show. Also just to kind of let you guys know, just a reminder real quick, the host hotel is the Embassy Suites.
Yep.
Which I love an Embassy Suites. It's
Yeah, and at the Embassy Suites, if you want to show up on Thursday in the lobby, there's bars in the lobby, and we'll all be there hanging out. So it's a good time to like meet people and talk.
It's a good time to get your PD time in, because realistically, you're a hard man to pin down during a show because you're busy working, and I just want to kind of reiterate that too. So if you want to get in and say hi to Pete, Thursday is the day to do it. Otherwise, you're gonna see him running around, and you're a working man. You don't just go to hang out.
Absolutely,
You're busy.
definitely come say hi to me too. Like, don't be afraid to say hi.
You don't bite.
No, I don't bite. You know what someone told me? Someone just told me that I remind them of a guy that works, a guy that owns a Italian restaurant, and I go over to all the tables and say, "Hey, how's everything going? How's it?"
I mean, you basically are, because okay, so once the convention hours are done, if you're at like the after party or the VIP party, you do tend to have that side. You walk up, you check on everybody, you make sure that things are good, you make sure everybody's having a good time.
I want to make sure everybody's having a good time,
And I mean, that's something that I don't really see people do. People don't do that at concerts. People don't do that at other events. Like it's a very unique thing that you're so involved with the event, not only of course working, but also just making sure genuinely that everybody has a good time, because it's rare to find that in people. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's so awesome that that's your personality. That's how you are. And that analogy of you is being the owner of an Italian restaurant, checking on every table, is 100% accurate.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
All right, Pete. Well, thank you so much for coming on and for chatting with us this evening, and of course for the amazing giveaways. I'll keep an eye out for the winners' information, and again, spookyempire.com. Make sure you're following them on all the social media. You guys are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, like, you go to eBay, type in Spooky Empire. I've been doing that lately, and I put a couple of things on there too, so you could always check that out. And yeah, the Spooky Empire is everywhere. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, keep it spooky, guys.